Hey everybody, this is Bridgit Danner from Hormone Detox Shop, and today I'm going to talk about the lymphatic system, why you need to know about it, what can go wrong, and what you can do to support it. So the lymphatic system, you've probably heard of a bit. You know you have lymph glands in your neck or in your armpits or your groins. Lymphatics actually network all over your body down to really tiny permeable vessels. So when our blood is pumping through the body, some of it leaves the vessels and nutrient-rich plasma goes out to nourish cells and tissues. But then that fluid needs to be absorbed back in. And some of that is absorbed right back into the bloodstream. But the rest of it, which is about 3 liters, needs to be absorbed or processed or moved by your lymphatic system. So it's kind of a garbage man of the body. It's taking this sort of used fluid that's in between your tissues, taking it back in and making sense of what's in it. So it's physically moving it, and then it's also kind of reading what's in there. So, for example, let's say you do become exposed to a pathogen, and some of its antigens, its little particles are in your plasma. Then it's getting into your lymph and into your lymph node, and your body's kind of reading it and already starting to have some immune response to it. So the immune system and the lymphatic system are very much joined. So part of having a healthy lymphatic system will keep your immune system working better. It also is removing clearly like toxins and waste products from around the body, whether it's from infections or molds or whatever. And sometimes when the burden of the amount of all that is too much, then the lymph gets backed up. So that's sort of why in my practice and in my health history, the lymphatic system became really important. You want to just keep that cleaning up going. Another thing the lymphatic system does is help absorb our fats from our digestive system, which is really important. Fats are an important building block. So if you have inflammation in your gut, kind of foods that you're eating that aren't good for you, sometimes that communication isn't going well and fats aren't being reabsorbed. Another thing that lymphatics do is help manage inflammation. So if, say, you twist your ankle, then you need more fluid in the area, or you will have more fluid in the area that then needs to be drained. So the body will kind of respond to an injury, and hopefully that's just a short-term response, right? What we don't want is chronic inflammation anywhere in the body, because then the lymphatic system starts potentially laying like new network to respond to that, and these kind of tangles of lymph vessels, I guess you could say. So that's not an ideal situation. It's another reason to keep down injuries, chronic pain, inflammation, make sure you're eating well. So some of the things you're getting a hint that could be irritating the lymphatic system are chronic pain and inflammation in the body, inflammatory foods, disrupting the gut, and just making inflammation all around the body. So the lymph does have a little ability to pump itself, but it also needs the activity and the health of your body to support its pumping. So moving your muscles and getting exercise is really important. Drinking a lot of water is important, and most people are chronically dehydrated. Not having extra weight is important and helpful because that's putting kind of pressure on the lymphatic system and kind of, I don't know, lack of space, I guess you could say. And 2/3 of us are overweight or obese. So those are some issues. Malnutrition are some issues because we need just good nutrition for our body to be working optimally. So those are a few of the considerations. Other things could be chronic infections in the body that just burden it, whether it's like gut infections or Lyme disease or candida. I know for me, when I had toxic mold, I was really just noticing my throat was, puffy, and my glands were sore. My throat was sore all the time because I just had like too much fluid and things weren't draining. Other signs you could have lymphatic congestion, certainly like just puffy face, just looking kind of bloated and puffy, having headaches because things aren't flowing through the neck here, Ears popping is a sign that things are, starting to move. I actually can get a lot of afternoon headaches with ear popping, and that's just like flows kind of starting to release after being tense. So another thing that blocks lymph is just that like muscle tension and stress. So chronic stress is another issue for lymphatics. So taking time during the day to just kind of let go and let things moving, breathing deeply is helpful. And a lot of us don't do that either, right? So I'm getting kind of everything mixy matchy here, but so a few more common symptoms, um, maybe the food intolerances and feeling kind of puffy in the gut. Um, and let's see what else I'm missing here. Scar tissue can block it, high blood pressure. And I think we talked about most of the old other ones. Aging, lymphatics could be affected by aging. So you really need to work to keep up motion and movement and all the things that we talked about. So luckily, there's lots of ways to support lymphatic movement, support the lymphatic system. I mentioned drinking lots of water, eating like fresh fruits and vegetables will get you water plus a lot of nutrients, right? Some of those nutrients have nitric oxide, which helps support the lymphatic system. Things like cherries and pomegranate and chocolate are some things that have nitric oxide. Deep breathing, we mentioned. Dry brushing your skin is something I advocate for a lot. So that can be really quick to do in the morning and super helpful. It's also energizing. Washing out your nose. I had to do that a lot when I was my sickest with a saline wash. We also sell a really simple silver nasal spray. So modalities like acupuncture, compression therapy, lymphatic massage are things you can do, outside of the home to help. Um, Essential oils can help move lymph. Some of the citrus, like grapefruit, lemon, orange, are good. Juniper is another one. Sauna is helpful. Also, you can do red light therapy, near infrared light therapy. Binders, we sell kind of a blend of binder. So, a binder is something that electrically or physically binds toxins so they don't get recirculated through the digestive system and they get removed through the stool. So, that can just take a toxic load off your body. Um, Glutathione is an antioxidant that we sell that helps combat the oxidative toxins in your body. You can also increase glutathione through coffee enemas. Certainly, we talked about the foods that are irritating inflammatory foods like sugar, wheat, dairy to be avoided. Cranial sacral therapy is another modality you can use outside the home. Meditation, mindfulness, anything that keeps you more in a state of relaxation will help your healing and help that fluid move in the body. Alternating hot and cold compresses or showers or hot tub, cold pool just gets things pumping and moving. It's really energizing. Wearing clothing that lets your body move and breathe and is loose. And then jumping on a rebounder, which is like a little mini trampoline, or you could do jump rope, exercise ball. And then consider some toxin testing with us if you are concerned about your toxic load. Sometimes even when you're doing a lot of things right and you're not getting better, you might want to look at what those toxic burdens are, whether they're gut infections, toxic mold, or chemicals. We can test you for all of that. So hope you learned something new and feel free to reach out to us with any questions. Thanks, guys.